Come on in, let's take a ride. Guaranteed we'll have a good time. Love and laughter's in the air. Come on in and grab a chair. At the King's Podcast. At the King's Podcast. At the King's Podcast. At the King's Podcast. News, hot topics, and much more. Bet you come back for some more. Spreading love and making you smile. Come on in and stay a while at the King's Podcast. King's Podcast. At the King's Podcast. King's Podcast.
What's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? Welcome to the episode of King's Podcast. I'm Tim, and we got my bro Early with me. We got Jim, we got J Kitch, we got Gator out of the closet, and we got my bro Cortez.
What's happening?
What's going on, everybody?
How y'all fellas feeling?
How y'all doing tonight?
So,
Man, great, man, great.
Great.
All right. So today, y'all already know the subject is protecting your peace. Okay, when I say protecting your peace, what does that mean to each one of you? Go ahead, start with you, Early.
Protecting my peace, making sure I can protect my sanity and not letting anyone get under my skin. You know what I'm saying? Try to stay on the up and up.
Okay. Jim, what does that mean to you?
Not let somebody get me out of character so I can be sane enough to goddamn focus on what I got going on.
My name Jim. I'm from Alabama, bitch.
And I'm musty.
All right, Jay, what does protecting your peace mean to you, bro?
That means, like you said, my sanity, protecting the people around me, making sure they okay, making sure I'm okay, my mental health, physical, all these different things, making sure family and friends are okay as well as me.
I feel you. Gator, what does protecting your peace mean to you? Because you look real peaceful out of the closet today.
Wow. I don't like mess, so I always try to protect my peace.
I know this bitch didn't say he ain't like me.
I don't like mess. I don't get in drama.
Nigga, you is the messiest.
Exactly.
No, I'm the pettiest.
That's mess.
That's nasty.
Petty, but I ain't messy.
Okay, all right.
I just feel so uncomfortable with that microphone so close to your mouth like that.
And here it goes.
Yeah, there you go, right? You always got to have the mic close.
With me,
what does it mean to you? Yeah.
protecting my peace is no matter who it is or what it is,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make sure I'm straight mentally. And I'm not going to allow anybody to take me to a place where it's toxic for my mental.
Protecting my peace means almost being selfish to a certain extent. I was telling people earlier today, like, that's why I don't even go to funerals. That's why I try not to go see somebody in the hospital, because what it does to my mental, I don't know how to bounce back from it. So I can't sleep at night. You feel what I'm saying? If I see you in a different light where I'm not used to seeing you, it does something to my mental, and I don't know how to cope with that. But we have a specialist with talking, not only with protecting your peace, but also mental. Miss Crystal Abram, I want y'all to welcome her.
Hey, Miss Crystal.
Hey, Miss Crystal. Tim is froze.
What's
going on?
We gotta get. Let me add it. We gotta get some
Sound effects.
Yeah,
How you doing, Miss Crystal? How
I
you
think
doing
we got
today?
him.
How are you?
Well,
Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the King's podcast,
Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
where anybody can get it.
Yeah, we got to get some y'all say sound effects because we already have visual effects.
Ah.
I don't know what's going on. I have some technical difficulties on my end. Are y'all experiencing the same thing or what?
No, it's just
Nah, it's probably that white wall on your glasses.
Oh shit.
we're diving in the back.
so with Brother Tim having difficulties right now. Crystal, give us your definition and some insight into what we are talking about.
Protecting your peace. I heard what you guys were saying, and those are great things to have. Like when Tim was like, I don't even go to funerals. I don't go to hospitals. Like you are taking, like making the steps to protect your peace. But like with men, I've noticed in what I do in my profession, like y'all keep saying like, I'm okay, everything's okay, I'm fine, I'm doing this, like it's okay. But y'all are putting too much on yourselves. Like in society, like even growing up in our community, you were told what? Don't cry.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
If you cry, you're a punk.
Right.
Like you don't do this,
Mhm.
don't do that. But you need to. Like you cannot be strong. Like you cannot be strong all the time. Like you're suppressing all of that, and when you're suppressing it, it causes your cortisols to rise up, and it's in your body, which causes aches and pains, and you're really suffering from depression,
Wow.
anxiety.
I didn't know that. So what is that called? Cortisol?
Cortisol.
Cortisol. It's
Yeah.
something that's in our body that we make when we're stressed.
Yep. When you're in fight or flight mode all the time, which we generally are because we're black, like we're
Right.
always on the defense because that's just, I mean, it stems from our ancestors. Like we have it. It's like PTSD. Our body keeps a score. So we come from all this damn trauma, and it's nothing but cortisol is running through us, and we're always hurting when it's really like it's trauma and depression and anxiety.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Cortisol. Man, that's cool.
And I'm a living witness to that because when my father died, I didn't know what the hell was going on. I didn't know how I was feeling, and it come out that I was depressed. But you get from people a lot to you got to be strong for this person. You got to be strong for that person. Keep your head up. It'll get better. These are some of the terminologies that people was telling me that it didn't mean shit to me. And it was actually pissing me off because it wasn't working like they were saying. So it wasn't getting better. I couldn't be strong. All these things that they were telling me I couldn't do, and I didn't know why. And it come out, I was depressed. I mean, severely depressed. And
that kind of stuff makes you kind of like you trying not to, but it makes you resent people when they're telling you that stuff when you can't.
Absolutely. So it took another thing that we have a problem with in the black culture is going to get help is a sign of weakness.
Yep.
So talking to a therapist, you don't need no therapist.
Facts, you're true.
Like,
Pray about it.
yeah, pray about it. Yeah, that's not a solution for it. It wasn't a solution for me. I can't speak for everybody, but it did not work for me.
It's
And
a
I had to
solution.
seek counseling.
Yeah, and it's a solution because if you go to church, that's great. If you pray about it, that's great. But God is in this position for me not to help people. So
Absolutely.
you go to the doctor. If there's something seriously wrong, then why would you not go seek mental health counseling? And people think that counseling, that's just for crazy people. No, it's a place for you to process with an unbiased person and make a safe space because you might not have that safe space at home. And I wanted to get in on our black ladies. Like we not keep putting pressure on our black men all the time.
Well, Ted, I feel like
Say that. Say that one more time.
I said, as a black woman, I wanted to get at our black ladies because we cannot keep putting all this pressure on our black men all the time. They are human beings. We are
Yeah,
all
like about a
beings.
week or two ago, I had a little moment because with my job, my family, someone passing away, I'm trying to reach out to people. My father in particular, he blocked me, and I'm like, I just need someone to talk to. I need to let things out, and I didn't have nobody, and I was being told, you don't need this, you don't need that, and actually I did. You know, I was holding a whole lot in, and I've been holding a whole lot in for quite a few years, and it just all came crashing down on me all at one time, and it was a lot for me to deal with. But once I start talking about it and getting things out, and even crying and letting things go. Thank you, Tim, again for reaching out to me. You know, I appreciate that. I needed that. You know, I started to feel much better. So now I'm a little more open with talking about things. You know.
I feel you.
When you gonna start to look a little better?
Oh my God.
Oh,
I
this
love
what we
you, my boy.
doing?
I love you, my boy. I love you, my boy.
Yeah. See that's what see with us, and we kind of use each other healing, but we crack on each other.
Yeah,
So
you're supposed to. It's fun.
No doubt. Yeah.
But
He got
yeah,
that
like
his hat tilted like he's 10 years old.
well, like Jake was saying, but like there's 53% of black men do not seek help. Well, it's more than that actually. That's just a statistic that I found today. But like it's there. Like why stop yourself from getting help?
Well, hey, I took 2 blows back to back. I lost my grandma February 23rd, and I lost my daddy April 1st. So hell, when I lost my grandma, that was just the iceberg, you feel me? And then when I lost my daddy, bro, I'm talking, man, I completely lost it, dog.
Yeah.
I ran in the elevator, but that shit seemed like yesterday. But I ran in the elevator, I ran downstairs, and sat in front of my car, and I cried. And then my cousin came and tapped me on my shoulder. He said, Jim, everything gonna be all right. I told him, no, cuz. And then I got mad at God, you know what I'm saying? I got mad at God telling him, like, why you had to take my daddy? So I still have reruns in my damn head to this day on my daddy laying in that damn laying in the damn hospital bed, man.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said though, see, I gotta learn how to live without my father forever. You know what I'm saying? Like even when holidays come, man, that shit don't sit right.
Yeah.
But like I said, man, I press on and think about the good times. You feel me?
And you know,
Yeah.
and grief is always going to be there because it's a loved one. Some days it's like a suitcase. Some days it's a heavy ass suitcase, and some days it's a light duffel bag. But grief will always be there. You just gotta learn. You gotta learn how to cope with it and to basically push forward with it because we're not meant to be here forever. Like we're fragile. Like our body just, I mean, our bodies can't handle being on Earth or being here that long.
Thanks.
And what's crazy is just looking at my siblings. We all grieve differently. Nobody grieves the same. So if you're basing I was able to bounce back and go back to work the next day. I needed to stay busy. I couldn't move like that. You know what I'm saying? And so everybody, we all gonna deal with grief differently. But it's that support system, not to come and say some BS that don't matter, but just to be there. And it's good to know that you got people that's there.
I stopped saying everything gonna be all right. I stopped saying, oh, you gonna feel better. You don't fucking feel better.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
You don't. That shit don't feel good. You learn what happens is you learn how to deal with the pain. You learn how to manage that shit. But we have to learn how to talk to people to be able to manage it in a healthy way. Like instead of us holding shit in, we got to learn how to talk about it and cry about shit and just let it, like, don't hold it in, because the cortisol, whatever the fuck that new shit I just learned tonight, I don't want that shit on me.
She didn't say the cortisone shot, nigga.
Cortisol. You heard what I said. Y'all know what I mean.
Don't be Caprina.
You know what I
mean?
mean?
You know Caprina can't pronounce words. Don't be Caprina.
Man.
Nah, but for real, cause yo, Tim, no
You heard what I
lie,
said.
Your body
So
down.
yo,
It'll break your
when I
joint
went when I went live with Black Panther, and I just had to let it out, man. Like, and I felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. Like it was crazy. You know, it was like I needed that. I needed that so bad. I just needed to let everything out. And like I said, lately I've just been talking about certain things and getting it off my chest. And you know that day it felt good, man. And I'm now I can say I'm doing much better. Not fully, but I'm doing much better.
Yeah.
You know, so I recommend letting it out, man. Don't hold things in. You know,
yeah,
it's not good.
fact.
Man, I had a time in my life where I didn't even want to make friends or get to know people because, like, I was raised by my grandparents, so I thought my grandfather and my grandmother was my mother and father. So at a young age, I lost them, and then it just seemed like everybody I got close to, like they passed away because I like mostly had like older family members, and I didn't even want to get to know people or hang around people because I didn't want to, feel that loss again. So I had to learn how to just even interact with people again.
That's probably why you're such an asshole too. But I get it.
Can y'all hear me good?
So I'm an asshole.
Very much so. Yeah, Jay, you are kind of muffled.
Oh,
It
I'm
sounds
sorry,
muffled.
Tim.
I don't know why. That's a little better.
Um, we but like I was saying, we have to learn how to deal with shit. And I know Jay, you going through a lot right now because you were so ready to talk about this subject. So let's dig into that if you want to. I'm pretty sure we all got some deep shit that we would like to talk about, but necessarily don't want to talk about the hard shit to talk about. Like, so where you at with your mental right now, bro?
Well, I was in a bad situation where my mental health was being played with a lot. You know what I mean? It was the constant antagonizing me and sleep deprivation, things like that. You know, I was in a real bad situation I had to get myself out of. And a lot of times when I would come on with you guys and we would talk and laugh and joke, I was really going through this. I was going through it was hurtful, and I would use that as a way to deflect from what I was going through. But now that I got rid of that and I have a safe space where I can actually talk to someone without being judged, and this person, she asks me all the time, how am I doing mentally, physically, and I'm able to talk freely with no problem and express certain things and get things out, and it's been helpful. It's actually great. I'm actually happier than I've ever been in quite a long time. Like, and I can truly say that. Like, I can walk around smiling every day with no problems, you know. And I thank her for allowing me that safe space to be able to be open and not be judged or condemned, or my words being weaponized against me because I'm feeling a certain way. And it's like it's a real concern. Like, I need to know that you are okay, and if you're not, let me know, and we can see what we can do about it. You know, because like I said, for quite a while I was going through a lot. You know, people around me were taking things for granted. It was like I'm doing things out of obligation, not because I wanted to do them, and I didn't feel good. You know, it was like you occupying my space and then demanding things, and it's like I'm allowing you to be with me, around me, but you're not treating me as such. You know, treat me accordingly. And then when I started giving the same treatment, they didn't like that. So I had to eliminate that from my life and move on. And like I said, now I have that safe space where I can be open about things and I'm okay with it.
I I totally understand. But Crystal, what are some healthy ways that we could deal with just stress, everyday stress? As black men, we all black men. I know we deal with a lot of different races with this thing, but as black men, how do I deal with the lady in the grocery store that's scared of me? She was jumping eight eight.
So to deal with the lady in the grocery store, it's hard to not ignore that because I mean we lived it. Like it's still going on. It's not it doesn't seem like it's ever gonna stop. Like they're just gonna be like that towards us. whether you are a black male or a black female, they have a misconstrued idea of who we are, so they're going to treat us as such. It's hard. You got to ignore that, but when you get home to cope with that, I always tell my clients, find a hobby that you like a positive hobby, and use it as a coping skill. Because it's hard to find coping skills. Like you're like, okay, deep breathing. Those are the normal coping skills. Some people don't want to do deep breathing. That doesn't always work all the time. You don't always think about doing that, but you will always do a hobby. So find a positive hobby and use that as a coping skill. I tell people to use a lot of music therapy and like take out the words and just listen to the beat of the song or the melody of the song and focus
Like I
on
know
the
I roller skate, and that's
That's a
wonderful
good one.
because I get a chance to just focus on me and nothing else. You know, I have to, you have to focus on yourself. You can't be thinking about other things, or you're gonna get hurt. So that's my therapy.
All right, so we're gonna go around. So Jay said his coping therapy is roller skating. Early, what's your coping mechanism?
I try to use music, like just different music, and like when I'm faced with stuff like what you were talking about, like people, like I used to have a real bad attitude. I try to work on that, but now I just tend to just laugh. Like people be like, "What you laughing at?" I'd be like, "Nothing." I just laugh to try to even keep them like getting mad. You know what I'm saying? Just let it ride. It don't really bother me that much, but I'm saying like just try not to be angry all the time. It don't really make sense. And like I know like I would do what Gator do, but I can't do that because like he like to go around and find like cheap candy and like he get a kicker.
And make
What?
videos about it. He go buy cheap snacks.
You ain't shit. Oh, man.
So Jim, I know you've been through a lot of trauma and traumatic things. You were just talking about your dad and your grandmother. So how do you cope? Because I know you don't drink. I know you don't do none of that other stuff. So what do you do to cope?
Man, I spend time with my daughter, bro, because she brought me through a lot of shit, bro. And then, you know what I'm saying, growing up as a child, my daddy used to take me to the racetrack, so that's how I cope with, you know what I'm saying, a lot of shit, like going to the track. They're like my safe haven, you know what I'm saying, where I just zone everything out, look at them cars, do burnouts, you know what I'm saying, shoot knives and just go straight down the track. So they're just like a safe place for me, you know what I'm saying?
I got you. I do the track thing too. I gotta have a bunch of. I can't do like one thing and keep it focused in. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of things that I do to try to keep busy, especially when I'm going through something. It's like it's never one set thing. Welcome Trey to the show, everybody. Welcome Trey to the show.
What's going on, Trey?
What's going on, my brothers, my sister?
All right, Cortez, how do you cope with things that you're dealing with?
Comedy.
You said cooter.
Comedy.
Comedy.
No, damn well I ain't saying no.
I thought you said something else, Tez. I am so sorry.
I thought he said something else too. I think
But
he
that's
thought the same thing.
that's a good point though.
I thought he either said cooter or coke. Or one of
That's a good coping mechanism.
I thought he said coming.
I thought he said coming.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought
Sorry,
he said.
I'm sorry.
But that's a good coping mechanism though.
It is.
It really is.
It
And
But yeah.
I ain't even gonna lie. When I first started TikTok, that was what I was going through. And the more and more I did TikTok, the more I was able to laugh and start to feel like myself again. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when I started to meet the guys that's in this podcast, and they just don't know how much they helped me through some dark times. And it's
I
crazy
agree with that.
because people see me and they see me and I'm laughing every day. I make it a point to laugh every day. but they don't know what's behind those laughs. They think is I'm cool, and I'm still struggling at times.
Mhm.
But my mindset is to keep going forward, regardless. So
All right, well said, brother. That was deep.
I think
Trey.
we've all helped each other in some way, shape, or form.
Deep as them
But,
windshields.
yeah.
Facts.
but them glasses deeper than a poem.
You took my
That boy got on the Maya Angelou's.
I made him take my
Oh God.
Still I rise.
Well, look, I want y'all to feel some type of way. I want to let y'all know that I feel some type of way when y'all clown me about my glasses. It really puts me in a dark place. So
All
I
right.
appreciate
Who got the next?
y'all.
Who got the next glasses, Joe?
Okay,
You look like
Goggles.
a dark place.
because
Okay, Goggles. Who got that picture of Goggles that I sent to the
Crystal,
group chat?
can you help them? Can you explain to them how they make me feel?
Hey,
when
y'all
they
remember
clown
when
my
y'all used to get water in your head? Like you gotta put a little pinhole in the bottom of it and let it drain out.
and let the water.
Crystal, y'all see, y'all got the therapist laughing at me.
Okay, Riley.
Y'all got her laugh. She can't even help me.
Yeah, that's
Y'all
tough.
laugh for this thing.
I think you did a little bit more light.
Okay, Tim,
Okay.
you need to say, I feel
I feel
very hurt when you say those words to me,
I feel
guys.
very hurt when y'all say those words.
Can I
about
say
me.
How many of us you think gonna care about that?
I don't give a damn. Well, Waldo looking at you.
Too bad, headlights.
You guys are supposed to say what you're saying is,
I mean,
Tim.
You know what, Tim? I'm sorry. I'm sorry it makes you feel that way.
Yeah, me too. I really
apologize too.
I'm really sorry.
I'm
Trey,
sorry.
What kind of tie
Trey has
shine is
something
that
to
though?
say.
Say your windshield wipers
Can I
on,
say something?
Trey.
Yeah, you got the slowest nigga in the podcast going, Joe.
Oh God.
I apologize, Tim. I apologize, brother. I apologize for letting you wear the motherfuckers over here. What I goddamn tell you to do. I think that your hat and your glasses combination was fucked up when you put it on. You should have found something else to do. But that's just a friend to me coming out. Excuse me.
And that's like also with Gator. Like he likes to throw jokes with everybody, but like they talk about like my hair and everything, but he can grow hair, and that's what he decided to do with it.
wow.
Don't open your mouth around that mic like that no more.
Wow.
Please. Violated.
Dang. Man, my
Hey,
mic
man,
over here,
while
man.
we just talk,
Yeah,
while
move
we
your
putting
microwave.
everything out, let me just say this too. J Kid, your shoulders getting on my damn nerves tonight for some reason.
It's all good.
They really just doing something to me.
But you got on them big ass Carl Canal jeans from 1985.
I
Don't
wear
even nobody
those,
talk about them shit.
I hate that you just can't get that goddamn hang out that damn sweater you wear every week.
You
Hey,
wish,
okay, so
you wish
Trey,
you was this
Trey.
slim.
Yes, sir.
Trey, we all went around the room and we talked about like coping mechanism.
Okay.
What is something very traumatic that happened in your life, and how do you deal with it?
I would say the passing of my mom and how I dealt with it was I took the cow away out. I drank. And I hung around people that kind of kept me laughing all the time and stuff like that right now. And that kind of helped me out a little bit. But for the most part, I think I drank. And I know it wasn't right, but at the time, that was how I coped with it.
How many of y'all had body aches around the time of your loss?
I don't think I had a body ache.
Like my back
Like
was
real bad headaches.
Yeah,
my back was
yeah,
hurting.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, yeah.
That was the cortisol. Cortisol.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
cortisol is some trace. I learned something. Cortisol is what your body emits. It makes it when you're stressing.
His body makes crazy. Fuck you talking about cortisol.
Your body, you only got a pint of blood in that little ass frame you call a goddamn body.
Had you guys not known that and you would have went to the doctor, and the doctor not realizing that that was you guys suffering from depression.
I do suffer from depression. I've been diagnosed with it.
That's the highest thing that we see with Black men that come for therapy is depression. Anxiety is the next one.
I had problems with my wrist, like for some reason. Like I was getting pain. I couldn't get down like in a push up position. For some reason it was really bothering me. Like it was really bad.
Cortez, what is that you doing?
He's doing his coping skill.
You know what, Crystal? You fit right on in, man.
Yeah, she coming on with it.
Fuck it, I don't know about it. I got to a depression point. I tried to OD back in 2020.
Wow.
One shit going right for me. I got fucking broke. I had like 3-4 tickets. I couldn't keep a job, and the shit just weighed on me. I was like, fuck it. And I tried to OD in my sleep, and then I started having anxiety attacks and stuff. But I did go seek a little bit of therapy. But by the time I met y'all, like Cortez said, you know, y'all helped me get through to where I'm at. I actually started laughing and being myself. In Linwood, it was another person that helped me get through my depression. So, you know, y'all helped me a lot, believe it or not.
Hey, I think I got a root cause of it.
I got a question.
Early. No, early. No.
But y'all remember when I first met y'all, I was like real explosive.
I ain't gonna
with
say
the way I
nothing
was
about
taught. I was real loud. I was real explosive with the way I would say things, and I was dealing with stuff at that time too. You know, and then I had to start learning how to bring it down a little bit because my attitude was really on 1,000.
I'm gonna ask this question, Gator.
Ask it.
How you OD in your sleep?
I said I tried to.
How?
I took some pills, but they wasn't fucking strong enough.
So you was asleep when you took them?
He tried to OD and go to sleep.
So, other words, I was in the bed. I just reached over and took an ass of pills, but
he took a box of birth control pills. He OD'd on.
Y'all gonna clown me?
Nah, get it. I'm glad.
You know, just messing with you, bro.
I'm so glad it didn't work.
I'm just messing with it.
I know, but I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad it didn't work, bro, and I'm glad.
Yeah, me too, man.
That you.
But at the same time, but at the same time, when I did meet y'all, my grandma had passed that August, and we met that November, September-ish. And believe it or not, Yaya was the first person I met in the family.
Wow, I'm sorry to hear that.
Her in Vegas Teddy Bear.
Oh wow!
They was live together, and Katrina was in there. And I tied all y'all through them.
So you met Yaya, and y'all both had the same haircut. So that's why y'all.
So you met Yaya. So you met Yaya and Vegas Teddy. So you met like what, 3-4 people at one time?
Yeah. Well, 6. You know, big titties and big dudes.
So how many of y'all have an EAP program at your job, or know that if you have one?
My job has one.
I don't even know what is that.
It's a play program. Use it. You get at least 5 to 6 free therapy sessions.
We do have.
We got it.
My job does webinars like that. They tell us to join the webinars and stuff like that. So that type of stuff.
My job might try to charge a copay though, cause they so cricket.
But then my job is like
it's supposed to be.
I know it's supposed to be free. I'm not gonna call their name, but
like right before this, I was on my way home. I'm like, I got a few minutes to rest. I couldn't even get to my building fast enough, and my phone ringing. 2 people need me. I'm like, I can't even get a break, and I'm not even on the clock. But I'm on call 24/7. So my sleep gets interrupted, things like that, you know. So it's like I really don't have enough time for myself. It's always something.
You look tired.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm exhausted, man. I mean, especially looking at the missing top of your head.
You probably got it.
You
You got it somewhere.
Whatever.
You probably took it when you took my neck.
You got the RoboCop going on. You know what I mean? You pull your headphones for it, look like RoboCop took his mask off.
You look like Mickey Mouse.
Oh my God, yo.
And these are coping skills.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Major-
coping
major
skills are
coping
us
skills.
getting in that group message and riding the next man until.
That's
These
Mighty
are
Mouse.
coping skills.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
Here I
another
come to
episode-
fix the drain.
Another
okay.
episode of Jim Cochran not
Early, you
saying
remember the
nothing.
Mighty Kids meal?
Hey, so
Hey,
J, J Proud.
So
What's up,
Crystal,
Goofy?
is this healthy? What we do for each other? How we?
Yes.
The man just said he almost committed suicide, and they said
That nigga took the pills and laid out.
No. See, the only reason why I asked him that I wasn't gonna say nothing, but the way he stated it, he didn't take the pills first. He went to sleep first, and then he took the pills.
No.
No, I'm saying the way you stated it. The way you stated it.
Well, they said you took 12 hormone pills to see if your engine
God
was
somebody said the man took pregnancy pills.
Shit, boy.
But what I'm saying is, Chris,
Yeah,
is this
But
is
But-
this
Take a prenatal
healthy?
pill.
I need to know if this is healthy. What we do to each other.
He took
Do y'all
9
feel-
Plan B.
Do y'all feel lighter?
yeah,
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Hell
yeah,
yeah.
we do. So
It's
As long
love.
as Gator
Ignorant
don't
love.
do that anymore. Don't take no more pills.
Yeah, please.
No more
I'm
prenatal.
not. I'm happy.
I would
You got
rather
to choke
get
off a
that
prenatal
than
pill.
guys
So,
ever
I got somebody-
feel
I
that
got
way.
guys I can call. So
He
I'm
took
good
8.
now.
He took 8 Plan B pills.
And one
See,
big
that's why I
ass
ain't wanna-
prenatal.
that's why I ain't want to open up about it. See,
No,
No, ain't nothing wrong with opening up about it, man.
ready to do it. I'm ready to do it.
but all
I knew it already.
seriousness, all seriousness, suicide attempts running my family.
right.
So it's been a few people tried to kill themselves in my family, and I'm trying to end that shit now. So
Everybody that's in this TikTok family, that's on this podcast and outside of this podcast, I would rather you contact me first before any of that.
Crystal, fix your mic and say that again. Fix your
Oh,
mic.
I said if anybody in this in the TikTok family in this podcast right now, and then like outside of this, contact me first before you think about doing that ever.
Yeah,
Like you don't feel like you have a support system or a support person, I am the person.
Yeah, because suicide is not the way. Because believe it or not, somebody out there love you, and we've been where you are before. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't nothing but just to talk or call, or just you need me to just listen, y'all call me before you do anything to hurt yourself.
Oh my
Because
God.
I don't need that.
Oh my God.
These comments,
They say Gator was just full of shit.
So he took Flintstone vitamins. Went sleep constipated. He ate all the dinos.
Is that right?
I shouldn't be laughing.
It's good for the soul.
I'm the professional,
laughter
and
is good.
Gator, I'm not laughing at you. I swear.
Yeah, we're not laughing
this
at
is
your
one of my
situation,
favorite
Gator.
topics, though.
Yeah, we definitely not
And
laughing at the
I
situation.
like even with the suicide part or whatever, I lost a couple guys who I was in the military with to that, and that's like one of the number one killers in active duty. It don't even be you going overseas and getting killed.
So I didn't know
military
you was
shit's different.
I didn't know you was in the military.
Yeah, I did 6 years in the army.
So that's where the buzz cut come from.
I ain't got no damn buzz cut, man.
Oh,
I don't know what the fuck it is. It's
so-
up, though.
So you saved a couple of people when you covered up their grenade with your mouth, huh?
Yeah, I was real bad at it.
He ate the bull. He ate the bull at the ball.
God damn.
That's how it was doing when it blew up in your mouth.
See, you should be telling them not to laugh at it. They wrong. Bunch of
You
dirty,
laughing too? We laughing with you. Come on now.
bunch of dirty.
Exactly. Back up off the mic. I'm scared
Don't
you
say that
gonna
about no dirt now.
He teasing me.
But all right now. Remember when we was in Texas, all that water was brown when you stuck your feet in there.
What water? Hey, it must have came out the bathroom. It must have came out the bath. Hold on now.
You ain't talking about
Where did the water come from?
Hey, I don't care where I'm at. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
That's why the water was brown.
Hey man, we was at the, we went being early went to get a pedicure, right? So
Listen, hold on. Before you even say that, you can't even say we went to get one. I got one while you were in the bathroom the entire time. The people were concerned.
I see. Well, I got my but man, that Whataburger when Nita brought us hit my stomach, boy. And I went in that bathroom and lit it up.
Ted,
you feel that little pull up, didn't you?
Listen, man. Listen, he came back out. They finally started rubbing his feet.
Right now.
Listen, they came back out. They finally started rubbing his feet and everything. This motherfucker done went to sleep and done pooed it.
That woman. Hey, when I did it, I eased up on it.
I'm sitting. Listen, now, I'm sitting just like this next to him. He over there sleep. I ain't tripping. I hear something. I look at that lady said. He gonna wake up to my. I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. My stomach.
How can you protect your
I ain't say that now.
Dealing with this.
Early line, I ain't say that.
This is
You didn't tell that lady you were sorry.
No, I
didn't. This is my piece. This is my piece.
This is.
You know why I did it too, right?
Oh,
that woman had my damn feet hurting when we left, digging in my damn toes all the way up and making me jump. All right, I got something for you.
So you got her back and
pooed it right in the motherfucking face.
Feeding shit.
I bet it smelled like Gerber's baby food.
Nah. Look, man, I'm not doing this. Don't tell me Gator got a G spot on his feet. Oh my God.
What, Tim?
You got a G spot on your feet?
He said you got a G spot on your feet.
Hell no.
All right, it smell like no baby food. I thought it was trash day.
It smell like Whataburger.
We have kind of gotten off task. But I really do appreciate you coming on and sharing your expertise with us.
Yes, for real. I appreciate it.
It was really helpful.
No problem.
Okay. So
But
Crystal,
you got
look.
a couch where they lay down and talk to you too?
I do have a couch. You can lay down or you can sit. It don't matter. Whatever. It's
That
your,
closet ain't working for him.
your session. Like whatever you want to do to be comfortable. Except get naked.
Make sure you got snacks. He likes snacks. He likes snacks. He likes snacks. Make sure you got some snacks for him. The cheap kind.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, Doritos.
Yep.
He like animal crackers.
And Trey want the animal yogurts for when he comes.
Jesus.
And Jim like peanuts.
All right, so Crystal, real quick. How could we de-stress ourselves on a daily basis? Like, what should we do? Like some practices like breathing or meditating, like just to take a little bit of the edge off of it.
I know one thing though, like stuff that's hindering your vision, or you know what I'm saying, like real bright lights, just get rid of that.
Yeah.
Hey.
They soak them lenses in Henny before they put them in them glasses.
Where I was. I'm in Oklahoma.
Hey, I tell you what though, man, we could get a couple of clothes hangers and Jay Kitts to play with them.
All right. You finally said something. It's been like 45 minutes.
Hey, Bobby, waiting my turn, man.
Let Crystal finish.
just taking care of yourself, exercising,
Mhm.
meditating. If you don't feel comfortable crying, like if there's people there at your house, go into the shower and cry. That's the best place to cry, is the shower.
Shopping, spend some money.
But that'll make you
Hey,
depressed because if you spend a bunch of money and then you realize you can't pay your bill, like your
Yeah,
light bill the
yeah.
next month, then you
depend
depressed.
on that.
Well, that's
Let,
not
let,
for me.
let me
Changes.
let me ask
I
y'all.
don't pay
Let me
rent. I don't pay
let me ask
utilities.
y'all
I do.
fellas this. Let me ask y'all fellas this. When was the last time y'all had a good cry?
Yeah.
Ooh,
2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
maybe
something like
about
that
a
for me
week
too.
ago.
About a
Last
week, maybe
last
about a
year.
week. Yeah, maybe a week or last week,
Mine about
something
2
like that.
weeks.
Within
Last
the
year
last
about this
week or
time.
so.
Yeah.
And I
Last.
needed it.
Well, my
Like,
grandma's song came on that radio, boy. I went to boohoo.
I do
I think I
telehealth
cried for
sessions.
about a good hour. Or I think it was actually throughout the day. Like, they just kept coming down for no, like, I couldn't stop.
Yeah.
Like,
Mine was a couple of weeks ago on the way home from Dothan.
It's been some years for me. Like
Yeah,
I
it's
just
been a while for me.
And I know there's some people that don't. I mean, I'm a Christian, but I don't push things like religion on people because I think people should find their own way.
Mhm.
But people are like, well, I don't cry. A man shouldn't cry. But there's not a man in the Bible that didn't cry.
Yeah. I was
Right.
one of those dudes that was an advocate of, man, I'm not crying. I'm gonna show my toughness. I'm not crying. But once I realized that that wasn't healthy, I really was pushing that on my boys. Like, man, it's cool. It's cool to cry.
you know what? I'm sorry. The last time I cried when
The
I woke
Golden
up and
Corral.
realized that I woke up and realized that my neck was gone. And and I found out who the assailant was.
What happened? What happened to your neck? Why? And just tell us what happened to your neck. Tell us what happened.
I ain't no snitch, but
man, talk your shit. Let's go. We can talk about that flat ass.
yeah, you took that too. Done took the top of my head and put it in Gator lips.
Oh, man.
Somebody's microphone talking in braille.
Oh, God.
You get electrocuted.
That's who?
No, it's J Kid.
That Jay, yeah.
Yeah, it's J Kid.
Yeah, that's why I went out. I can even hear it myself.
Yeah,
That damn-
Jay, that's yours.
that damn-
Come, leave and come back. Leave and come back, Jay. That's
Yeah.
yours.
So
Um,
Take the hang off too.
I really think that this is especially with the times and stuff that's going on, just overall, not just with black folk, but just with men and women. Period. This is a great conversation piece. I think more conversation needs to be had because I guarantee you, we touch somebody who's harboring and holding some shit in, and they need to let it out. And they've seen some guys, some everyday guys that they may conversate, laugh with, call, chop it up with, that's able to do so. And this might help them get over that hump to be able to speak their truth and get that shit out. Because it's unhealthy.
Yeah, I mean, cause it's like it's a serious topic. We just having fun and everything. But like you said, all jokes aside, like if something really bothers you, man, you really need to try to get some help. Like if you can't do it yourself, try to get some help.
There's tons of free hotlines.
It's nothing wrong with getting help.
Yeah.
There's tons of free hotlines. If you don't feel comfortable calling a friend, like, I mean, the suicide one is 988, but there's tons of free hotlines that you can call and talk to someone right then and there.
And just it's so crazy. You never know what people are going through, especially for what we do. We do lives, we do TikTok, right? We touch a lot of people, And
I don't touch nobody. I talk to them.
you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You talk to a lot of people. And it was a story months back. They were in a live that we were in, and the guy messaged me. He was like, "Man, I was just thinking about killing myself." He said, "But I came into y'all live, and he said that y'all made me laugh. That it brought joy to my life. So you never know what video, what song, what you might say, what joke might just save somebody's life, man." And I won't disclose who the guy is, but it's a guy that messaged me.
And I was actually friends with remember the guy that killed himself, the big guy,
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
TikTok. He actually committed suicide.
Yeah.
Big Cadillac, I think.
That was before I started being on TikTok.
I think so.
I remember the dude you're talking about.
Yeah, he had just had the weight loss surgery.
Yeah.
And it just come to find out because he was from around this area, and he ended up killing himself. Man, it's just you just never know what folks is going through.
You're right.
I was that's another thing too. Like I laugh and joke with these guys here. Like I was messing with Gator. Like I know he don't. He told us what he had going on. Like I know he done made it through that. Like me personally, I try not to. Like people I don't know, I try not to crack jokes on them or pick at them like some people do. I tell them leave them people alone. I tell them the exact same thing. You never know what somebody going through. Like,
yeah, I'm not.
You might be the person to put them over the edge. To you know what I'm saying?
It doesn't matter how many smile videos or stuff you see on social media. That person could be just completely destruction.
Look at Twitch. Like who would have thought that?
But
yeah,
a friend of mine went to high school with him, and she said that he wasn't always happy. Like that was like he suffered from depression. Nobody knew about it because he didn't talk about it. And then that last video that he put out where he was talking about where he had the what is it, the activists on there.
Yeah,
it was the very last video. I've been doing this for a while, and just by his eyes alone I knew something was wrong. And I don't even know Twitch, but it's always in the eyes. I'm like, yes, he was definitely suffering, but you would never know.
Yeah, I had a friend that a few years back I ran into him in a shopping area, and I was like, come see me, come hang out with me. And he was like, all right, I'm gonna come see you. And my sister's boyfriend came home from work one day, like, a young man killed himself at my job. Come to find out, he flagged the police down and told him he was, he was going to harm himself. Instead of them searching him and putting him inside the police car, they put him in the police car, took him to the hospital. He sat there in the waiting room for an hour, pulled out a gun and put it to his head and killed himself. And this is somebody that I seen grow up. Like, we grew up together, and he was dealing with a lot. Mother was a drug addict. And this time of the year, it really bothered me because I have a friend that's been dead for 30 years right now. He was 17 when he got killed. And it's been 30 years, he didn't even wasn't able to become a man, and I was dealing with that. The fact that my father blocked me from calling him, my ex-basketball coach dying, which is my friend's father. So this month, I've been really dealing with a lot, and I've been going live and I've been talking, but then off the live, I'm crying, I'm hurting, I'm in so much pain, and I didn't want nobody to see that.
Well, at the end of the day, Jay, we are here, bro. And if you ever need, regardless of the hour, one of us is always up. You know what I'm saying? Don't hesitate to call. And we have that type of relationship where if I see that number at 2 or 3 in the morning, I'm gonna answer. You know what I'm saying?
My daughter was battling with depression also at a time, and somebody I was with, in a relationship, they tried to get me to focus on them because I was trying to take time out to be there for my daughter because I was so scared that she was gonna, attempt to harm herself. And I actually had to call the police and the ambulance to come and get her because she actually cut herself in front of my children. And they Yeah, because she was she was so wrapped up in what I was doing. It was like, let me get the focus on me instead of him focusing on his child. You know, and that right there put me in a bad place. And I'm like, why would you do that? Knowing that I was dealing with the fact that my daughter's putting all this suicidal stuff on Instagram, and I'm wondering what's going on, you know, and it's like she's a teenager, and I know it's rough being a teenager, and I don't know how to even be there for her because I don't even know how to deal with the things that I'm dealing with. I don't know why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. All I know is I'm feeling some sort of way. You know, and I'm just trying to deal with it the best I can, but people around me wouldn't allow me to even be able to cope with the things I was dealing with.
And that's where you got to protect your peace, man. You got to get yourself in a position where you good.
Yeah.
Because you're no good to nobody else if you're not good.
And they constantly blame me. Oh, you put me in that place, you didn't come and get me. But it's like, how I'm gonna deal with you, and I don't even know how to deal with me.
Yeah, that's part of protecting you, bro.
That's just like if you ever in a situation where somebody's drowning, right, and you try to go help them, and let's say the person is not big as you, but almost, and you feel them pulling you down under the water, you got to make a decision.
Yeah,
it's either you or them.
Yeah,
you know how to swim. They don't.
If they
you got to make a decision.
They gone.
It's the same way with your emotions and your mental. Sometimes everybody can't be saved. You got to save yourself. Now, if you strong and you to the point to where you can handle a lot, then go for it. But if you kind of iffy and you really don't know, protect your own peace, bro.
Tim, I was saying this the other day.
You cannot pour into other people if you haven't poured into yourself. You can't. It is impossible.
Yeah. I was saying this the other day, that everybody is not meant to make it with you. You can't save everybody's not meant to be with you. You have to leave some folks behind. And sometimes it's family.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's close friends. But everybody is not meant to make. And the question I had for Christian was, when you're in a position of protecting yourself, protecting your peace, what about if it's kids? Look at Kirk Franklin's situation with his son and how he's just off the wall. So is Kurt wrong for like, hey, I love you, but I'm gonna love you from over here. I gotta let you do your own thing. You're a grown ass man. You know what I'm saying? So is Kurt wrong for this? Or is that a part of protecting your peace?
Kurt is not wrong, because it is protecting your peace, and especially with family. We were taught in our community, are we not taught, like even with our elders, like, oh, you got to respect your elders, but our elders be treating us any type of way.
They
and
don't
it's
respect
like,
us.
Like, no,
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
Hey,
So
let me ask you. Oh no, you go ahead, man. You go ahead and finish your question.
I don't know. I was just saying, like, I've cut family members off because of that, because I'm protecting my peace. I will not deal with negativity and toxicity in my life, because I'm supposed to respect my elders. And that goes with my children. If my children are older and they bring it, they're acting the way Kirk Franklin's son is, look, baby, I love you, but you're going to have to do that over there. Like, you're ready to come and respect my household, then yes, we'll talk. But until then, you got to do that over there.
You cut the family members. You cut the family members off. I cut them.
Listen though. Would I been wrong if I would have went to this school and jumped on everybody up in there, man? Cause the little white boy spit in my little girl. Well, he caught in my little girl's face and got sick. So would I been wrong if I would have went to jumped on everybody in that damn school, including kids?
Yeah, because the little boy is sick. Yes, you'd have been wrong.
Because little
she caught in my daughter's face, bro. I told him, bro, I don't play about my daughter and she don't bother nobody.
Did he do it on purpose? You know what I'm saying?
He did it on purpose, bro. He coughed in the face. Then the little girl talking about it's okay to cough in her face. Hey, listen, bro. I was ready to crash out.
Them kids though. So you gotta,
those are
you
kids.
gotta beat,
So Jim,
That's
you
the
gotta beat up their
admin.
mama now.
You gotta
First of
go
all,
back
first
to
of
the
all,
admin.
first of all, Kaya bad as hell. Second of all,
She ain't bad, boy. She ain't bad. Listen, she just don't play when it come to me. You feel me? But hey, other
I
kids,
know, I'm
she get
joking.
along. She play
I'm
with them,
joking.
everything, bro. Like she got real manners. Cause that's how I'm raising her. You know what I'm saying?
You have every right to be very defensive about your little girl. That's just, but you got to realize kids gonna be kids too. You know what I'm saying?
Kids carry germs like like
So
plague.
it's gonna
Like
be
they
a bunch of
just
time. Nigga, you sick because of some shit she brought home from school. So
Yeah, but she actually got sick and we had to take her to the doctor, bro. She missed school for 3 days.
was it excused?
Kids bring germs, man.
You
You
don't
can't jump
even
on the
know.
kids.
You
though.
don't.
You gotta beat their
You
parents
don't
up.
even know. You don't even know if Johnny the one that gave it to her.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, dog. I'm ready to be everybody. I ain't lying.
Yeah, if we gonna read about his
What's
ass,
wrong compass with
Yeah.
On
better come out of
Alabama
jail.
news
Hey,
today,
we might
man.
well go and get all the shows we can to get you in now, because your ass would be like,
Hey, and then make it a bad man. But I called Trey and told him about this shit. I was like, bro, man, I'm ready to go out there whoop somebody's ass, but I ain't lying.
You in the wrong state to be doing that, brother.
Yeah, you in Alabama. You already know they ain't. You been a white dude at that. Get your ass to at home.
In 2017,
What the fuck up my daughter's face? And I'm musty.
Yeah.
They gonna be out there with them what you call it, Trey? Them Dilbras.
No, you already know.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck around
Deer
a white
possums.
But look, man,
Fucking with that little boy.
it's been a good episode.
It's been a really good episode.
Crystal, I saw a question. Somebody said, "Are you taking on clients right now?"
Yes, I am taking new clients.
She's taking new clients. Okay, and how do they reach you?
I have a website. And
It's Crystal, www.crystalimmarried.com. So don't nobody be trying to shoot their shot at Crystal.
Exactly.
You see that big ass ring? You see that? Look, you see it?
So I just wanted to share something with y'all before we.
She got 2 last names. William Gardner.
No, but let her give her information.
no, my website is www.withinyoutherapysolutions.com. It's long.
Within Therapy Solutions.
Yeah. You know what? Just Google my name in Oklahoma and you'll find me.
She famous in Oklahoma.
I just want
You won't even come down.
Can I address the
tried
comment?
to come down to the party.
Yeah.
I just want to address the comment that's posted right there. They said, "Big Early borrow some of J Nick." Corey Williams. I can't borrow some of his neck because he took mine.
Well, just ask for it back.
I did. I asked him to wash it off and clean it up.
All right, so Jay has something he wanted to add before we get off.
Before we go, so in 2017, I had like a near-death experience. My small intestines burst.
Damn.
You know what I mean? And I was rushed to the hospital, got surgery, but at the time I was dealing with a bad depression also. I wouldn't get haircuts. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to go outside. It was just about like, I was just sitting there like in a stupor and like really know what was going on. And I was actually calling the suicide hotline. And the very people I confided in after I spoke with the mental health specialist really like did me wrong. So it was like, it's been hard for me, maybe I say the last 12 years, to even deal with these type of things, because like you said, it was always looked at as shameful for a man to, you know, seek help. And it was like, how do you recover from like when you tell people what you're going through and they basically weaponize it against you? Like,
that's the thing, is that people shouldn't do that, and if they do, that's not the right people to even be around. I always tell people also, when you go seek therapy, if you ain't vibing with your therapist, fire them, go to the next one. You can do that. Like,
Yeah.
don't feel like you gotta sit there. Because I tell people, if you're not vibing with me, I will help you find
But
somebody.
it wasn't the therapist.
Yeah.
It was people afterwards. Like after I told them, because when I wanted to speak to the mental health specialist, people was like, they want to be there with me, and it was like, no, I need this for me. And it was always like they would think that I was talking about them, but it wasn't about them. It was about me.
And Jay, that's another situation where everybody is not meant to be up here with. Like everybody's not designed to make it. If that person is causing
hindering.
more damage
Yeah.
than helping, they're not supposed to be there, bro.
I used to say that shit all the time.
I mean,
I used to say that shit all the time.
I've heard
Everybody
that.
ain't gonna make it in.
But
Everybody ain't
back
gonna make it
then,
in.
I was like, I felt like I was all alone. You know,
That's a point where somebody need to grow up. Like if you confide in me about something and you saying you need help, and if I ask, do you want me to go with you, you'd be like, no, and I get mad about that. That's when I'm making it about me and not you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's their guilt.
Yeah, and I had my first therapist. I had to fire. She was just in bad a shape as I was.
Yeah.
So I look up, nigga, I told her my situation. She was like, well, this happened to me. This my time. I need you to focus on me.
I'm telling you, hey.
Right now.
She was like, nigga, I'm fucked up too.
Yeah. Like, I'm over here like, okay, tell me what's wrong. I didn't turn into the therapist.
Hey, I'm telling you, hey, I would have been like, hey, I'm not paying for this.
I did.
You owe me. You owe me at this point.
Yeah, so I moved to the next one, and the next one was way better. So I really encourage everybody to seek some type of. If you're going through, seek some type of help. It's beneficial.
Jay, sometimes whenever you feel like I'm doing this alone, sometimes it feels like you're alone, but you're not. But the people that are causing that negativity in your life, you gotta let them go. I mean, it's hard because it's like, man, like I've known these people, but sometimes you gotta let them go for yourself.
We about to let Gator go because I know he doing that.
I'm not doing nothing.
Quit putting that goddamn.
I forgot Trey was
I'm
in the
not
goddamn
doing nothing.
podcast. He ain't said nothing in a half an hour.
I mean, I've been listening.
I have said something.
Yeah.
He said Trey, not Gator.
Oh.
All right, y'all. Look, it's been a blast. Crystal, we thank you so
we do.
much.
Thank you, Miss
much.
Crystal.
Thank you. We
For real.
appreciate you. Y'all, her name is, we all mostly on TikTok, so her name is Duchess_New York. New York on TikTok.
NOIR.
NOIR on TikTok. So y'all
I
make
follow
sure y'all
that joke on all
contact her.
platforms too.
She is taking on more clients. So we go from there. So look, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And we'll get at y'all on the next episode of the King's Podcast. All right, y'all. Peace.
Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for coming.